I helped my sister pay off the mortgage. After the surgery, she thought I was dirty and refused to let her live. I immediately cut off the payment and she begged me. Sister, I'm flying to Beijing next week for surgery. Can I stay at your house for a few days? Where can I stay? Don't you know I'm misophobic? What should I do if I bring home germs from the hospital? Book a hotel by yourself. On the other end of the phone was my sister, who I helped pay off her mortgage for 3 years. I laughed. It turned out that the 12,000 yuan I gave her every month only received a word of disgust. Okay. I hung up the phone calmly, then opened mobile banking and stopped all transfers to her. I want to see if her misophobia can cure her poverty when the bank calls for mortgage payments next month. 01. Sister, I'm flying to Beijing next week for surgery. Can I stay at your house for a few days? Where to live? Don't you know I'm misophobic? What should I do if I bring home germs from the hospital? Book your own hotel. On the other end of the phone was my sister, Zhou Qing, who I had helped pay off her mortgage for 3 years. I laughed. It turns out that the 12,000 yuan I gave her every month only got a word of disgust. Okay. I hung up the phone calmly. The light from the mobile phone screen reflects on my face. There was no expression on his face. I clicked on mobile banking. Fingerprint unlock. Find the monthly automatic transfer. Payee, Zhou Qing. Amount, 12,000 yuan. Note, home loan. This setup has been running for 36 months. Rain or shine. I found the button to terminate the agreement. Clicked. A confirmation box pops up on the screen. Are you sure you want to terminate this transfer agreement? I clicked OK. The page refreshes. The agreement has been terminated. I found relative card management again. And the main card. Zhou Qing is the secondary card. The monthly limit is 20,000. She could always spend it. I clicked log out. Confirm again. Clean and crisp. After doing all this, I leaned on the sofa. My heart felt empty. It seemed like something was broken together with the 2 confirmed keys just now. 3 years ago, Zhou Qing took a fancy to a house in Beijing. The down payment was all the savings that my parents had emptied. She said she liked Beijing and wanted to put down roots there. She said her salary was not enough to pay off the mortgage, and she was under great pressure. I just got a job, and the salary is good. She said, Zhou Ran, please help me for 3 years first. When I get promoted and become stable, I will pay it back myself. I believed it. On the first of every month, 12,000 yuan was credited to her card on time. She said, thank you, sister. She said you are the best to me. She said that when I become successful in the future, I will pay you back double the amount. I never thought about asking her to return it. We're sisters. Now, I have a tumor in my brain. Benign. The doctor said the location was not very good and suggested going to Beijing Tiantan Hospital. I think just right. You can recuperate for a few days in her spacious and bright house. As a result, I got a word of misophobia. I picked up my phone and opened the Hangzhou app. I booked a flight to Beijing next Monday. Open the hotel app again. We chose a 5-star hotel closest to the hospital. Executive suite. Quiet. Good service. Suitable for recuperation. Payment. A series of confirmation text messages flooded into the phone. When I looked at this information, I felt more at ease. After all, people can only rely on themselves. The phone rang again. It's Mom. I opened the phone to answer. Of course. Did you call your sister? Did she say she would let you stay at her place? Tell me. My voice was steady. My sister said that she has been busy with projects recently and always has to work overtime. She is afraid that she cannot take care of me. I said it was convenient to live at home, but she refused to listen. It's okay, Mom. I've booked a hotel. It's close to the hospital and more convenient. You kid. You just report good things, but not bad things. I don't know about your sister's temper. Is she too dissatisfied? Mom. I interrupted her. I'm tired and want to go to bed early. There was silence on the other end of the phone. Okay, then go to bed early and tell us when you get to Beijing. Hang up the phone. I looked out the window at the night. This city is full of lights. Not a single one is lit for me. That's fine. From now on, I only shine for myself. I want to see it. On the 1st of next month, the bank will call for payment of the mortgage. Can her misophobia cure her poverty? 02. The plane landed at Beijing Capital International Airport. The air is slightly cooler. I grabbed my suitcase and didn't contact Zhou Qing. I took a taxi and went straight to the booked hotel. Check in. The room is on the top floor with a wide view. Outside the huge floor-to-ceiling windows is the city skyline of Beijing. I took a hot shower and changed into comfortable clothes. The phone vibrated. It's Sue Wei, my college roommate, who is also working in Beijing now. Of course, are you here? Just arrived at the hotel. I said back. A video call popped up immediately. I picked up. Sue Wei's enlarged face appeared on the screen, full of worry. Why don't you stay at your sister's house? It's inconvenient to stay in a hotel alone. She's busy. I said calmly. Sue, you're so busy. I saw her posting on WeChat Moments the day before yesterday about what crystal nails she was doing in Sanlitun. Sue Wei has a hot temper, which is completely opposite to me. Did she say something nasty to you again? No. Don't lie to me, Zhou Ran. That's how you are. You carry everything on your own. Sue Wei sighed on the other side of the screen. I don't care. Just send me the hotel address, and I'll come over to see you after get off work. I'm going to the hospital tomorrow to go through the procedures and do a pre-operative examination. Then I'll take leave to accompany you. No, I can do it myself. You have to use it. This matter is non-negotiable. Hang up and send me the address. She simply hung up the video. I looked at the darkened screen, feeling warm in my heart. A friend, that's all. Where is my biological sister? Just as I was thinking about it, Zhou Qing's WeChat message popped up. Like telepathy. Arrived in Beijing? Why didn't you tell me your flight number in advance, so I could pick you up? There was a matter-of-fact question in his tone. It was as if the call she rejected me had never been made. I looked at that line and felt a little ridiculous. No, I'll take a taxi. Which hotel are you staying in? I'll come over to see you tonight. No, I'm tired of traveling, so I want to rest early. What's wrong with you? You still don't appreciate that I care about you. What date is your surgery scheduled for? Have you asked for leave? I will go to the hospital to see you then. She asked a series of questions like a machine gun. Every word is caring. Every sentence oozes hypocrisy. I'm too lazy to deal with her anymore. No, sister, you can go to work with peace of mind. Everything is fine with me here. After sending these 2 sentences, I open her profile picture. Click on the 3 dots in the upper right corner. Add to blacklist. The world is purified. I put down my phone and walk to the window, looking at this strange city. Next, it's a tough battle. I want to fight myself. The next day, I went to the hospital as scheduled. A series of tedious checks. Blood draw, CT, MRI. The doctor took my film and looked at it under the light for a long time. The location is really not very good, close to the optic nerve. There are risks in surgery, but they are not serious. We have done many cases. Are the family members here? Some documents need to be signed by the family members. I'm alone, I said. The doctor looked at me with some surprise in his eyes. Okay, then you decide on the terms and sign them. I picked up the pen and signed my name on the consent forms one after another. Zhou ran. The writing is calm, without trembling. After signing, I walked out of the doctor's office. Su Wei was already waiting outside. Her eyes were red. I just heard it all. She came up and hugged me. Don't be afraid, I'm here. I patted her back. I'm not afraid. I'm really not afraid. After even experiencing betrayal from the person closest to her, a surgery is nothing. Su Wei accompanied me through all the hospitalization procedures. Get the ward key. She said, I will go back and make soup for you and bring it over tomorrow. Good. After seeing Su Wei off, I returned to the hotel alone. Turn on your phone. Make a habit of opening a circle of friends. The latest one was posted by Zhou Qing half an hour ago. Jigong photo. She was in a high-end Japanese food store with some friends. The table is filled with exquisite food. She held up a glass of sake and smiled brightly. The accompanying text is, I wish you a new bag in advance next month. Thank you to my dear sister. I love you. Followed by a blowing kiss expression. I looked at that smiling face. Look at the sentence, thank you, my dear sister. My stomach was churning. I rushed into the bathroom and vomited until I was black. At the end of the vomiting, only sour water remained. I held the sink and looked at the pale face in the mirror. It turns out that this is what it feels like to be heartbroken. 03. Surgery is scheduled for 9 a.m. Wednesday. On Tuesday night, Su Wei checked into my hotel suite dragging a suitcase. I don't trust you alone. She put the chicken soup she brought in a thermos bucket and fed me one bite at a time. I'll take you to the operating room tomorrow, and I'll wait for you outside. I've already asked for leave from the company. I looked at her busy figure, and my eyes felt a little hot. Su Wei, thank you. Thank you, we are friends. She paused, but still couldn't hold it back. Where's your sister? She really doesn't even have a phone call? Maybe busy. I told you this reason that I didn't even believe. Su Wei put down the spoon in anger. You're so busy. She's just a white-eyed wolf. Zhou ran. Don't be soft-hearted this time. You don't want this kind of sister. I nodded. I know. Of course I do. The night before surgery, I didn't sleep well. I sent a message to an acquaintance who is a lawyer. All my bank card passwords, financial accounts, and real estate information were compiled into an encrypted file and sent to him. And set up scheduled mail sending. If something goes wrong with my surgery, this email will be automatically sent to him. After doing all this, it was already dark. I finished washing and put on a hospital gown. Su Wei drove me to the hospital. She held my hand tightly the whole way. Don't be afraid. Medicine is very advanced now. I was pushed into the operating room by the nurse. The huge shadowless lamp lights up. The anesthesiologist's voice was gentle. Take a deep breath and count down from 10. 10, 9, 8. My consciousness fell into darkness. I don't know how long it took. I seemed to hear Su Wei's voice. She's calling my name. Zhou ran, wake up. I tried to open my eyes. My vision was blurry. My head hurts so much it feels like it's about to split. The operation was successful. That was the first thing I heard. I laughed. Very nice. I'm alive again. I stayed in the hospital for 3 days. Su Wei stayed with me every step of the way. Zhou Qing, still no news. Not a single phone call, not a single WeChat message. It was as if my sister had completely disappeared from her world. On the day I was discharged from the hospital, I was able to walk on my own. It's just that the movements are still a little slow. Su Wei helped me go through the formalities and took me back to the hotel. She said she would stay with me here until I could fly. I didn't say no. When I got back to the hotel, the first thing I did was pick up my phone. Haven't seen it for a week. Open WeChat. There are hundreds of updates in moments. I clicked on it, and the latest news still came from Zhou Qing. It was posted an hour ago this afternoon when I was discharged from the hospital. She posted a selfie. The background is a luxury store. She was carrying a brand new Hermes bag. The smile on his face was proud and flamboyant. The accompanying text reads, "My wish came true. Thank you, dear self, for working so hard. And thank you to those who silently support me. I have a bright future." I stared at the photo. That bag, I know. The Kong Kong series needs to be distributed, and the total cost is almost $200,000. Where did she get the money? My heart sank to the bottom. I remembered the post she made on WeChat before my surgery. Wish me a new bag in advance, next month. Next month? The month is only half over. She bought the bag in advance. What money was used? Is it my relative card? Or did she advance the mortgage payment I should give her next month? I dare not think about it. I just felt a bone-chilling coldness. I used her money to spend my life and death in the hospital. She used my money to go to luxury stores with a smile as bright as a flower. The person who silently supports her? Is it me? Am I the one lying on the operating table, fighting with death? I turned off my phone. Said to Sue next to her, "Sue, help me book a flight home as soon as possible." So fast. Can your body bear it? Be able to stand? I looked out the window. Beijing. I don't want to stay any longer. Some good shows are more exciting if you watch them from a distance. 04. On the flight home, I chose a window seat. The plane flies through the clouds. The city of Beijing is left far behind. Along with being dumped, there are also the past 30 years of my life. That period of life centered on Zhou Qing and continued to give. The flight attendant came over and asked me softly what I needed. I asked for a glass of warm water. A warm touch came from the palm of my hand. I looked out the window at the endless sea of clouds. I feel calmer than ever before. I didn't think about how hysterical Zhou Qing would be when she found out everything. I didn't think about how my parents would accuse me of being heartless when they found out. Those have nothing to do with me. From now on, my life belongs only to me. The plane lands. I didn't go back to my parents' house. Instead, he returned to a small apartment he bought with a loan. The area is not big, but I like every part of it. I put down my luggage. I cooked myself a bowl of noodles. Steaming hot. After eating the noodles, I cleaned the house thoroughly. Put everything related to Zhou Qing into a box. A photo of us as children. A birthday present from her. Things that bear witness to our sisterly love. Looking back now, I just find it ironic. I sealed the box and threw it into the recycling bin downstairs. After doing all this, I felt that the last ties in my body had been removed. The phone rings. It's Mom. I hesitated for a moment, then took it. Of course, you went back to XX. City name? Why don't you come home to live? Mom, I have just been discharged from the hospital and want to have some peace and quiet by myself for a few days. What's wrong with you? Why didn't you tell your sister when you left? Did she call you? I asked. That's not true. She might not know you're gone yet. You kid. You're so ignorant. Mom's tone was full of reproach. It's not easy for your sister to work alone in Beijing. If you go for surgery, she will definitely want to take more care of you. It would be better for you to run away without saying a word. I listened to the voice on the other end of the phone. I feel a little dazed. This is my mother. In her eyes, Zhou Qing will always be the baby who needs to be cared for. And I will always be the sister who should be sensible and give. Mom, she has mysophobia. That's all I said. Those who are mysophobic are not concerned about you. They are afraid that you will bring germs home, which will be bad for your health. I laughed. It turns out that selfishness can be beautified in this way. Mom, I'm very tired and need to rest. I don't want to argue anymore. Makes no sense. You kid. I hung up the phone directly. Then I set my mother's number to temporarily do not disturb. I need an absolutely quiet environment to recuperate, both physically and mentally. The days passed. I make soup for myself every day, read a book, and take a walk. The body is slowly recovering. My complexion is also much better. During this period, Sue would have video calls with me every day, ask me about my situation, and share interesting things about her work with me. She said, "Of course, I feel like you have changed." What has changed? I can't tell you, it's just that it feels like your whole body has relaxed. You used to be always on one string. I smiled for the camera. Yes, that string is called Zhou Qing. Now it's broken. Of course I relaxed. Time flies. In a blink of an eye, it's the end of the month. Number 30. Tomorrow is the 1st. It's Zhou Qing's mortgage repayment day. I sat on the wicker chair on the balcony and drank scented tea. Looking at the sunset on the horizon, it sinks little by little. In my heart, I actually had expectations. I'm looking forward to the coming storm that belongs to Zhou Qing alone. I want to see her exquisite world built with my money. What will happen when it collapses? This is probably the first time in my life that I am so eager to look forward to the sun rising the next day. 05. The 1st, 10 o'clock in the morning. Beijing, Sanlitun. Zhou Qing was having brunch with her best friends. There are exquisite meals on the table. She had just finished nursing with a confident smile on her face. Qing, that Kong Kong bag you bought last week is so beautiful. When are you going to carry it out to open our eyes? A best friend said enviously. What's the rush? Zhou Qing took a sip of coffee with an elegant gesture. Of course, good things should be used on important occasions. Her phone is on the table. The screen lit up. She glanced at it, thought it was a spam text message, and ignored it. The topic among the girlfriends turned to where to travel during the upcoming vacation. Zhou Qing listened and calculated her credit card bill. The relative card given by her sister was stopped, which made her a little unhappy. But it doesn't matter. The mortgage payment will arrive on time every month. She thought that after 2 days, she would call and educate Zhou Ran. Let her know that she can't stop the card just like she said. If you're a sister, you should act like a sister. They were chatting happily. Zhou Qing's phone vibrated again. This time, she picked it up. On the screen were 2 text messages from the bank. The first one was sent at 9:30 in the morning. XX Bank, dear Ms. Zhou, your mortgage loan ending in XXXX should be repaid 12,000 yuan this month. Today is the final repayment day. The payment has not been received yet. Please repay as soon as possible to avoid affecting your credit report. The second article was just posted. XX Bank reminder notice. Dear Ms. Zhou, your mortgage loan is overdue today. Please handle it immediately. Overdue interest will be incurred and will have a serious impact on your personal credit record. The smile on Zhou Qing's face froze instantly. Overdue? How is that possible? Zhou Ran has never been late. For 3 years, the money would arrive on time on the first morning of every month. She immediately clicked on her bank app. Balance, 357.21 yuan. She didn't give up and refreshed it several times. The numbers are still that poor number. The money really didn't arrive. Qing, what's wrong with you? You look so ugly, my best friend asked with concern. Nothing. Zhou Qing forced a smile. Maybe it's because I didn't sleep well yesterday. Her heart had begun to beat wildly. An ominous premonition enveloped her. She immediately called Zhou Ran. A cold tone came from the receiver. The user you dialed is currently on a call. Please call again later. On a call? She didn't believe in evil and beat her again. Still the same result. She opened WeChat again. Find Zhou Ran's dialog box. Enter a line of text. Why hasn't the money been transferred yet? What happened? Click send. A red exclamation mark popped up. Below is a line of small print. The message was sent, but was rejected by the other party. Reject? Zhou Qing's head buzzed. She was blocked. Zhou Ran blocked her. This knowledge is like a basin of ice water, poured from head to toe. She was completely panicked. She didn't bother to say hello to her girlfriends, grabbed her bag, and rushed out. Qing, where are you going? She didn't answer. She rushed outside the coffee shop and kept redialing Zhou Ran's number. Once, twice, 10 times. It's always the phrase on call. She got it. Zhou Ran was not on the call. Zhou Ran also blocked her number. Why did she do this? Is she crazy? Does she know how serious the consequences of breaking off her mortgage payments are? The house will be foreclosed on. Her credit report is ruined. How can she gain a foothold in Beijing in the future? Huge panic flooded her like a tide. Standing on the bustling streets of Sanlitun, she felt at a loss for the first time. Who could she ask for? Her best friends were just fair-weather friends. Her salary, moonlight, and even overdraft. Her only source of income is Zhou Ran. Now this source is cut off. She suddenly thought of something. Mom and Dad. Yes, find your parents. With trembling hands, she dialed her home phone. As soon as the call was connected, she burst into tears. Mom, Zhou Ran is crazy. She stopped sending me money. She blocked all my phone calls and WeChat messages. My mortgage is overdue. The bank is going to repossess my house. Mom, please take care of her. Please let her send me money. And at this moment, thousands of miles away, I was sitting on the couch at home, watching an old movie. The cell phone was placed on the coffee table next to her and turned to silent. The screen lit up. Caller ID, Mom. I know, the show is about to begin. I didn't answer. Just let it light up and shine. Like a clown, performing in vain. In the movie, the protagonist said a line. All gifts given by fate have already been marked with a secret price. I think so. 06. The phone rang tirelessly for more than 10 minutes. Finally stopped. The world is quiet again. I continued watching my movie. But within a few minutes, the phone rang again. This time, it was an unknown number. The place where I belong is my hometown. I guess this is because Zhou Qing couldn't get through with my mother's mobile phone and switched to someone else's mobile phone. I picked up the phone and opened it to answer. But no words were spoken. Zhou Ran. On the other end of the phone came Zhou Qing's sharp, crying voice. Sure enough, it was her. What on earth do you want to do? Why do you want to block me? Why don't you give me money? Her voice trembled slightly with excitement, full of accusations and grievances. As if I was the heinous sinner. I didn't answer her question. Instead, he asked calmly, Sister, is your mysophobia cured? There was silence on the other end of the phone for a moment. Deathly silence. I can imagine her stunned expression at this moment. It took a few seconds for her to find her voice. What did you say? I repeated clearly, word by word. Your mysophobia, the one that dislikes hospital germs, is it cured now? Zhou Ran. Now is the time to say this. My mortgage is about to be cut off, she shouted angrily. Yes, I chuckled. Your mortgage is about to be cut off and your house is about to be lost. So your mysophobia should be cured with medicine, right? What do you mean? What I mean is very simple. My voice became colder. My money is all carrying hospital germs. I'm afraid it will stain your big and noble house, so I won't transfer it to you. You are taking revenge. Zhou Qing's voice was trembling. Revenge. I seem to have heard some big joke. I will give you 12,000 yuan a month for 3 years, 360,000 yuan, rain or shine. I treat you as my sister, with all my heart and soul. As a result, I went to Beijing for a craniotomy and wanted to stay at your house for a few days while you talked to me about mysophobia. Zhou Qing, touch your conscience and ask yourself, who is taking revenge on whom? I was in a bad mood that day. I didn't mean that. She began to quibble. Then what do you mean? I asked. You mean on the day I had the operation, you celebrated with your friends at a high-end Japanese food store and wished yourself a new bag? Or, on the day I was discharged from the hospital, you were carrying 200,000 Hermes and showing off your hard work in your circle of friends? Zhou Qing, are your efforts just to spend my money and live your own exquisite life? Every word I said was like a knife stabbing her hypocritical mask accurately. On the other end of the phone, she was completely speechless. All that was left was the sound of heavy breathing. I know she was speechless, because everything I said is true. Zhou Ran, sister, I was wrong. Her voice suddenly softened. Start playing the emotional card. I was really wrong. I shouldn't have said that to you, and I shouldn't have stopped seeing you. Can you forgive my sister this time? We are biological sisters. Even if the bones are broken, the tendons are still connected. Please transfer this month's mortgage to me first, and let's talk about the future matter slowly, okay? Just this time, please. There was pleading and crying in her voice. It sounds very pitiful. In the past, I might have softened my heart. But now, my heart has already become harder than a stone on the operating table of Tiantan Hospital. Not good. I rejected her outright. Zhou Qing, it's over between us. From the moment you hang up the phone on me, it's over. Don't be like this, of course. You can't do this to me. She started to be hysterical. I want to tell my parents. I want them to judge. Let's see if they help you or me. She moved out the last reinforcements. Okay, I said, go tell them. You tell them that you forced them to use their retirement savings to pay you a down payment. Now, because of your selfishness and vanity, this house will soon be forfeited and foreclosed on. At that time, their pension funds will also be wiped out. You let them judge and see whether they feel sorry for their pension money or your vanity that can never be filled. My words completely blocked all her escape routes. She probably never thought that I, who had always been docile, would say such calm and cruel words. Finally, I have one more message for you. I paused, and my voice was as calm as talking about the weather. Your poor disease cannot be cured by mysophobia. That house of yours can't be cured either. The only one who can cure your disease is yourself. Just take care of yourself. After saying that, I didn't give her any chance to speak. Directly hung up the phone. Then this strange number was also added to the blacklist. I let out a long sigh of relief. It felt like all the depression that had accumulated in my chest for many years was dissipated at this moment. The sunshine outside the window is just right. It's time for my life to get better. 07. I thought I would be quiet for a long time after hanging up the phone. I was wrong. I underestimated Zhou Qing's shamelessness. I also overestimated the little affection my parents had for me. Less than half an hour. My mom called again. This time, I took it. Because I know there is no way to escape. Zhou ran. As soon as the call was connected, it was my mother's suppressed angry voice. You've become more capable, haven't you? You even dare to hang up the phone on your sister. You also blocked her? What do you want to do? Do you want to force her to death? A series of questions came at me like cannonballs. I took my phone away. Wait until she finishes yelling. Then he spoke calmly. Mom, did I force her, or did she force me? Do you know what she said to me? I don't care what she said to you. My mother's voice was so high-pitched that it felt like it was about to pierce my eardrums. I only know she is your sister. She is your only biological sister. You should help her pay off the mortgage. Who told you to make more money than her? Now that your wings are hardened, you're going to have to disown your relatives, right? Listen to these words. I actually laughed. The smile was a little sad. It should. Just because I can make money, everything is as it should be. What a justified partiality. Mom, I'm having a craniotomy. My voice is soft and even. If the operation failed, I might have died on the operating table. Or become a vegetative state. I told Zhou Qing all this. Then, I went to Beijing and wanted to stay at her house for a few days. You know what she said? She said she was misophobic. She was afraid that I would bring home germs from the hospital. She asked me to stay in a hotel by myself. Mom, what would I do if she was the one lying on the operating table? I would have loved to have given my life to her. But what about her? She took the money I gave her to pay off her mortgage and bought a 200,000 yuan bag to celebrate herself. And I, alone, signed the consent form and bet my life. You think I should help her? Then let me ask you, is this what she should do to me? My words caused a long silence on the other end of the phone. I heard my dad speaking in a low voice from the side. Talk her nicely and don't argue. Then, my mother's voice sounded again. With exhaustion and impatience. Those are small things. Misophobia is her problem. It's not like you don't know it. She doesn't care about others, but she still has you as her sister in her heart. What's the use of talking about this now? The top priority is to transfer the money to your sister quickly. The mortgage loan is cut off and the house is repossessed. That is a big deal for our family. Your father and I all invested our pension money in that house. She finally got to the point. It turns out that what they were worried about was never how wronged my daughter had been. Nor is it Zhou Qing's future. All they worry about is their own pension money. That house is the child they care about most. Mom, that's your choice too. My heart was completely cold. You are the ones who willingly took out the money and gave her the down payment. You also know that with her salary, she can't afford to pay off the mortgage. You throw this mess at me, and it lasts 3 years. Now, I don't want to worry about it. I'm tired. Sick too. I need money to treat my illness and provide for my retirement. As for Zhou Qing's house, that's her business. It's also your business. It doesn't matter anymore with me. You unfilial daughter. My mother was so angry that her voice changed. We raised you this big for nothing. I'll tell you, Zhou Ran. If you don't care about your sister, we will treat you as our daughter. I will go to your place with your father tomorrow. I want to see what your heart is made of. Beep, beep, beep. She hung up the phone harshly. I held the phone and froze in place. The sunshine outside the window is so warm. It shines on my body, but I can't feel the temperature. Think of me as your daughter. That's fine. I have long wanted to be an orphan. I just didn't expect that the person who would help me would be my biological parents. I got up and poured myself a glass of water. Warm water flowed down his throat. I looked at my reflection in the glass of water. Calm, indifferent. Bring it on. Come all. Spread the word and tear the face apart. Put an end to everything. Pretty good too. 08. The day after hanging up the phone. I'm living the same as usual. Get up early. Morning run. Come back and make yourself a nutritious breakfast. Then sit on the balcony and read a book. The sun is very good. The breeze is not dry. My heart is also surprisingly peaceful. I know they will come. But I'm not afraid. 10,000 threats are not as bad as one heartbreaking injury. My heart has been completely destroyed by Zhou Qing's words about herbophobia. Now living in this body is a brand new Zhou Ran. A Zhou Ran who lives only for himself. The phone rang. It's Su Wei. How's it going? Your awesome sister and eccentric parents aren't harassing you anymore, are they? In the video, Su Wei was applying a facial mask and asked inarticulately. My mother said that she and my father would come to see me today. I stated calmly. What? Su Wei suddenly sat up from the sofa. I almost threw off the mask. Are they going to stop you? Are they going to call an army to hold you accountable? Probably so. I'll go. This family is so shameless. Then what are you going to do? Do you want me to take leave and go back to help you? No need. I smiled. This is my family matter. I can handle it myself. You can handle this shit. Su Wei was anxious. You're just too soft-tempered, and you get picked on every time. Don't open the door this time, and don't let them in, otherwise it will never end. I had no intention of letting them into the house. I said. I made an appointment with them to meet at the cafe downstairs. Talk outside. Su Wei was stunned for a moment, and then understood my intention. Hi, Ran. They don't dare to act too aggressively in public places. You finally learned to protect yourself. She was genuinely happy for me. I laughed too. Yes. People always have to learn to grow up. Even this process requires bone scraping to treat poison. Finished chatting with Su Wei. I continued to read. Can't read a word. Simply put down the book and start tidying up the room. Clean every corner. Look at a clean and new home. My heart also became brighter. This small space is my only refuge. I won't allow anyone to disturb its peace. 3 p.m. The phone rang. It's my mom's number. We're here. We're at the gate of your community. Come down. The tone was still so aggressive and full of commands. Mom, you go to the Starbucks opposite the south gate. My voice was calm. I live upstairs, so it's not convenient for you to come up. I'll wait for you there. What do you mean? You won't let us in your own home. I have just been discharged from a hospital. The doctor said that I need to rest. It is not convenient to see guests at home. I found a perfect excuse. I'll wait for you at the cafe. After that, I hung up the phone directly. Changed clothes. In the mirror, I looked at myself. His face was still a little pale, but his eyes were completely different from before. There is no more humility and flattery. All that remains is determination and indifference. I took my bag and went out. Go into that cafe. I chose a seat by the window. Ordered an Americano. Then, wait quietly for the trial that will come sooner or later. Or rather, it's mine, the Declaration of Independence. It didn't take long. 2 familiar yet unfamiliar figures appeared at the door of the cafe. It's my dad and my mom. Their faces were weathered, and their eyes were full of anger and exhaustion. They came straight towards me. I know. The battle is about to begin. I picked up the coffee and took a sip. The bitter liquid slides over the tip of the tongue. Very similar to my life in the past 30 years. But starting from today, I'm going to add some sugar to this cup of bitter coffee. Just my own candy. 09. My parents sat down across from me. The waiter came over. My dad waved his hand, indicating that he didn't want anything. My mother stared at me intently. His eyes seemed to be tearing out 2 pieces of flesh from my body. Zhou Ran. It was my dad who spoke. His voice was as dull as ever. How long are you going to make this fuss about? I didn't make a fuss. I put down my coffee cup and looked at him. I just don't want to continue. What do you mean you don't want to continue? My mother's sharp voice immediately sounded. You mean you don't want to recognize us anymore? You don't want to recognize your sister anymore? Mom, if you have to understand this way, that's okay. My calmness clearly irritated her. Look what she said. She turned to my dad as if for support. We worked so hard to raise her so well, and this is how she repays us. For such a trivial matter, I have to cut off ties with my family. Little things. I repeated the word, feeling incredibly ironic. In your eyes, the fact that I almost died on the operating table is a small matter. Zhou Qing is selfish and indifferent. It is a trivial matter to refuse to save someone. Only her house and your pension money are the big things. Is it right? My straightforwardness stunned both of them. Unnaturalness flashed across my dad's face. My mother immediately retorted, "Why don't you save me? What you say is so unpleasant. Didn't she let you stay in the hotel? It's not like she didn't care about you. Besides, aren't you sitting here properly now? You're fine, but your sister is going to be forced to death by you. Her mortgage is overdue, and the bank calls her every day. Her credit report is ruined, and she may not be able to keep her job. Are you satisfied? Are you happy?" The more she spoke, the more excited she became, and her voice became louder and louder. The guests around us all cast curious glances at us. My dad pulled her arm. "Keep your voice down." I looked at them. Look at my mother's face twisted with anger. My heart was desolate. I know that trying to reason with them won't work. In their world, there is only one set of logic. That is, Zhou Qing is always right, and I am always wrong. "Are you done?" I spoke, interrupting her accusation. "If you're done, just listen to what I have to say." I took out a piece of paper from my bag. "I printed this out last night." I pushed it gently in front of them. "What is this?" my dad asked. "This is the record of my transfers to Zhou Qing in the past 3 years. 12,000 a month, 36 months in total. Total, 432,000 yuan. In addition, there are also purchases from her family card. She will basically spend all her monthly allowance of 20,000 yuan. After 3 years, it will be another 720,000. Together, it's 1,152,000 yuan. When I reported this number, my parents' eyes widened. They obviously didn't expect that there would be so many. That's just what I can figure out. I continued. It does not include the bags I usually buy for her, the cosmetics I buy, and the red envelopes I give her. Dad, Mom. I asked myself, as a sister, I am the most benevolent and righteous person. I used the more than 1 million I earned in the first 3 years of my work to buy her a refined life. And what did I get in exchange? In exchange for her being at the critical moment of my life and death, she thought I was dirty. Now, you let me continue. Sorry. I can't do it anymore. My money doesn't come from strong winds. I worked overtime, stayed up late, and sacrificed my life for it. From now on, every penny I have will only be spent on myself. It was quiet in the cafe. My voice is not loud, but every word is clear. My dad looked at the piece of paper, lowered his head, and said nothing. My mother's lips moved, wanting to say something, but she couldn't. That string of numbers obviously gave her a huge impact. As for the house, I looked at them and made my final decision. You have 2 choices. First, let Zhou Qing find a way to borrow, get a loan, and renew the mortgage. Second, sell the house. Get your down payment back and let her handle the rest. In short, I will not spend this money again. Not even a cent. This is my final decision, and there is no room for negotiation. After saying that, I stood up. He took out $100 from his wallet and put it on the table. I bought today's order. Sit down slowly. I picked up my bag, turned around, and prepared to leave. Stop. My mother finally reacted and stood up too. Zhou ran. If you dare to walk out of this door today, don't come back again. I stopped. But there was no looking back.